Before we get started with anything and talk about my opinions on Cardinals training camp so far, I want to thank you guys so much for 6,000 subscribers. You guys have been showing insane amounts of support, especially in the last two videos, so I just want to say thank you guys so much. We hit 6K. That is huge. The road to 7K starts right now. I just want to say thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. You guys are amazing, and let's go ahead and dive right into it, man. So the first things first, I want to say that this Arizona Cardinals team, like I said, is much improved, especially at two positions that I've noticed in particular. Actually, there's three. So first, I want to say the wide receiver room is heavily improved and that Michael Wilson has taken a massive leap. He is arguably the best wide receiver in camp right now. Like, I think during the season that it's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. He's got to get comfortable. He's got to get fully acclimated. But as soon as he gets comfortable and as soon as he kind of sets in, I think he'll be all right. But Michael Wilson has looked pretty crispy, cannot lie. His day one of training camp was ridiculous, and he's just been the most consistent so far. And someone else that I said was going to have a breakout season and has looked pretty solid, and the Cardinals are using him in a lot of ways, is Greg Dortch. He hasn't been a super standout, but he has been pretty solid. I mean, he's Greg Dortch. We know what he's bringing to the table. Dude is super gritty. He's able to make people miss in traffic, and they've actually used him in the backfield a couple times. I've got a couple clips of that. I think that is very interesting. They tried to do that with Rondale Moore last year, kind of a hybrid player, and it just didn't work. I think Greg Dortch will see more success with that. Being a pass catcher out of the backfield, alongside the fact that he will be our starting slot, is going to open up a lot. And honestly, you could run Greg Dortch in the backfield in certain situations and rock Zay Jones on the field, who has been fantastic. He has shown so many flashes as well. I just think our receiving core is much improved, and Zay Jones has been balling out in training camp. I know none of this necessarily matters, but it is just kind of a nice little glimpse to see, because this is where people knock the rust off. This is literally practice. This is where everyone gets on the field, can make mistakes, learn. Some of these people, it's the beginning of their professional careers, so everything can change because players are just now getting accustomed to everything. They're back from their time off. Obviously, they've been working, but these are kind of like live reps, even if it is practice. So it's going to take him some time, but Zay Jones has looked really good, and I am very impressed from what I've seen from him. Our depth is fixed there, and the same thing goes for our corners and defensive tackles. Both of those positions are insanely upgraded, and I almost forgot to mention the corners. I was only going to do the receivers and the nose tackles, but they are both insanely improved. I think you rocking Sean Murphy Bunting. You give me a little Max Melton as your outside corners, and then you rock Garrett Williams in the slot with Buddha and Jalen Thompson to back it up. I think we're looking at a much improved secondary, and people were kind of clowning on the Sean Murphy Bunting signing, but I think it is going to pan out so well for us. It's a veteran corner with size that knows what he's doing on the field and presents a playmaker. Someone with a high IQ that's just not going to be burnt toast 24/7. Then you pair that alongside with depth of a bunch of rookies that are coming to learn as well. Like, there might be jumps from Cottrell Clark. McKinley has been nice in practice. Still got Starling Thomas. Like, there's a lot of guys on this team that can make plays, and I am very confident in our corners this year compared to last year. It's not a bright spot necessarily, but it is much improved. And the same thing goes for our nose tackles, man. Justin Jones, you got Bilal Nichols, and then you also have Darius Robinson. He's been playing on the outside as well as the inside. He's been warming up with both. So excited, man. I can see the night and day difference. It is clearly noticeable, and although they're not live reps, you can just tell. As someone who went to training camp both times, it is just a night and day difference. I can't really explain it, but you'll definitely see it during the season, maybe during Cardinals red and white scrimmage when things are a little bit more live. But from what I've seen, if everybody stays healthy, those two are going to be massively improved groups. And something else that is very interesting as well is our backup quarterback, I don't think is really set right now. Clayton Tune and Desmond Ridder are going back and forth, and they have both made play after play after play. What I've noticed so far is Ridder kinda has some balls. The dude just takes shots, throws the ball in traffic, and has a quick release. I mean, he zipped it a couple times in practice, and it's like, dang, that ball is traveling. I'm not a big fan of his throwing motion as he kind of sidearm hitches it, but I mean, I guess you don't fix what's not broken. But Clayton Tune's mannerisms, like, something about him, I just love the way he throws, his play action. I mean, it's kind of Aaron Rodgers-esque. Like, you can tell the dude is doing his due diligence, and he is studying exciting. He wants to be good. So, I mean, he definitely has a chance to compete for the starting quarterback 2 position because they were putting balls on the money. Ritter's day 1 was not fantastic, but Ritter in day 2 kind of had me a little more convinced. It's going to be a position battle for sure, and I can't wait to see who wins it out, but it is definitely something to monitor. And then the last thing that I kind of saw was that Kyler Murray finally is comfortable under center after getting a full offseason, fully healthy, coming off an ACL tear. I think we're going to see a completely different Kyler. Like, we just haven't seen him healthy in a new system. Last year, he was kind of forced into the fire, kind of jumped right into it, obviously wanted to play, but this is the first time where we finally get to see him get his legs back. I think he's going to be a lot more mobile. There were a couple times he was extending plays. He hit Marvin Harrison on one of the plays. He had somebody else, I think it was Michael Wilson, on an extended play. Kyler looks comfortable, and I think that is going to be huge for this team. Obviously, you want your quarterback to literally lead the offense, and he has also been a massive vocal leader, and that's not necessarily something we saw in training camp, but that is something I saw in, was it Flight Plan? I've seen clips on Twitter by the Arizona Cardinals official account. Like, you can just tell Kyler Murray has control and command of this team, and that is exactly what you want. Something else I do want to mention as well is I like our running backs. Like, I think Trey Benson is going to be very solid. Obviously, James Conner is going to be the starter. I don't think there is any dispute there. He's the clear consensus best running back on this team. But there's definitely a position battle with Amari DeMarcado and Trey Benson. Those are the guys right there that are going to be monitored. I'd like Michael Carter as well. Like, if we roster 4 backs, would not be surprised. I love all of them. But Michael Carter, love what he brings on the field in the pass and receiving game. And then I think James Conner just obviously is that power back, and that's kind of be what Trey Benson kind of is. I think he is the best running back in the draft. Might take him a little time to get accustomed and accumulated to this offense, but I think Amari DeMarcado is also taking strides and presents a very, very good option as a complementary piece to James Conner. So it is tough. Decisions are going to have to be made. I wouldn't be mad if we rostered all 4, if I'm being honest. I know we also signed DJ Dallas as well, but those are probably the top 4 guys for me personally. There's a lot of things that still have to go down. I mean, training camp literally just started. We are 2 days, technically 3, but 2 to the open practices. So it's just a lot of things are going to change over this. This is just my evaluation over the first 2. But everyone being healthy and everyone actually being able to be evaluated, I think is going to be a game changer. And I cannot wait for the season to start. We are so close, and this training camp is just the beginning. We're like a month away from the preseason starting. So I am very excited. I will be there on Monday as well. So again, let me know some of the players you guys want to see. I'll make sure to try to film them, get some highlights from them. And I cannot wait, man. Let's get this thing going. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys went to training camp, let me know your evaluations as well down in the comment section below, because not everyone's eyes work the same. You guys probably picked on some things that I didn't. Obviously, you can't survey the field 24/7, so there's obviously probably something I missed, and there's probably players I left out today, and if I did that, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys evaluated. Let me know who you're most excited to see, and also if you are new to the channel and ended up enjoying today's video, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content, so if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But like I said, man, that is all I got for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out. Also, sorry for the big old mini fridge. That will be moved soon.